All right, we'll get started with Yoshinobu. I think if we have some English questions, we'll start there, and then we'll shift to Japanese. We could start with Russell in the second to last row.
Yoshinobu, when you signed here with the Dodgers, these big games were something that you were going to look forward to. How excited were you that you got an opportunity to start tonight, and what do you think, you take from this performance that you were able to have?
ドジャースと今季契約してでここまで来たんですけども、今日の登板するにあたって考えてたところとかってどうですか？
前回、しっかり仕事ができなかったので、また気持ちの面もしっかり切り替えて、技術の面もしっかり確認して、今日とにかくベストな状態で、マウンドに上がれるように、取り組みました。
Last outing, I didn't do my job well, so I tried to get myself ready for today's game, and then focusing on get it out.
Go to the left side, second row.
What were the keys for you to perform better tonight? And you also had more velocity tonight. I'm wondering where you think that came from.
一つ目の質問が今日で登板するにあたってどういうプランを持ってたのかっていうのと、どういうプランを持ってたのかっていうのと、いつもよりちょっとスピードが出てたと思うんですが、そこはどういう要因だったんでしょうか？
プランはどういうこと？作戦の話。
Is that a game plan or?
Yeah, just what did he do differently from the previous?
そのうまくいった要因ですね。
本当に試合が始まるまで、もちろんどうなるかは分からなかったんですけど、とにかくこの今日に向けて、しっかり一日一日、練習してなんとか調整、した結果、うまくいったのと、スピードが出てたのはすごくいいフォームで。またいい力感で投げることができたので、しっかり、自分のフォームで投球することができたと思います。
So, in terms of getting for today's game, I was just trying to focus on getting myself ready, preparation more meticulously, and then in terms of velo today, I think my mechanic was locked in today.
We'll go to the back row in the middle.
Yoshinobu, your first major league start came against the Padres, and since then they'd been kind of you'd had a little difficulty facing them. How good does it feel to have this kind of start against that team today?
パドレスと今年対戦してきて、その中で難しさとかあったんですけども、I'm sorry, what was that last part of the question?
How does it feel to have the kind of start that you did against the Padres today?
今日のそういう難しい対戦相手だったんですけども、今日の、試合にあたってどういう風なプランみたいなの
配球の面も、すごく何度もミーティングを重ねて、確認しましたし、もちろん技術のところもたくさん調整して、本当にとにかくベストな状態でより良い状態で今日、マウンドに上がれるように、しました。
So we had a couple meetings, how to attack, this great lineup, and then also again, because like I said early on, I was just focusing on getting myself ready for today.
Anything else in English? Oh, go ahead.
What was it like facing Yu Darvish in a postseason game, and did you have any sense of how people felt about it back in Japan?
日本で、今日山本さんとダルビッシュさんが、同じマウンドで対峙して対戦するということで、その辺って日本ではどう見られたと思いますか？
ポストシーズンでの、日本人投手が両チーム先発するのが、初めてだったということで、すごく野球ファンの方が、楽しみに、してくれてたと、感じてます。
I think in Japan, like a lot of fans are looking forward to today's matchup because this is the first time two Japanese pitchers facing off on the same game on the postseason.
We'll take one more in English, Russell.
Yoshinobu, that third inning was a big moment for you. Couple of hits, and then you get Tatis to ground into a double play there. Did you feel in that moment that if you got through that, you'd be able to go through the rest of the game without any issues?
3回、ランナー背負った時点でタティス選手を迎えて、時点でその今日のゲームをなんとか場面 切り抜けられると思ってました。
とにかく、攻める気持ちを持って、自信を持って、思い切り投げました。
I was just trying to be aggressive and then get initiative through the game.
All right, we'll go to Japanese questions. We can start down here. We have 2, and then we'll go to the left side.
お疲れ様です。精神的にも前回登板から難しい5日間だと思うんですけども、自分の気持ちをどうこの試合までに立て直してどういうふうな思いで向かっていきましたか？
とにかくまた次の、今日5戦目に向けて、なるべく早く気持ちを切り替えて、また試合に向けてやっていかないとなというのは、個人的に思ってたのと、チームメイトのみんなが、すごく信じてるからとマウンドに送り出してくれたので、本当に今日いいピッチングできたのはチームメイトの皆さんのおかげだなと思ってます。
降板後に大谷選手がすごい嬉しそうに頭を撫でているシーンもありましたけども、その期間大谷選手から何か助言であったり気持ちを前に向かせるような言葉っていうのはあったんでしょうか？
いや前回登板した後に、たくさん声をかけてくださりましたし、はい、今日も、なんていうんだろう、ポジティブな声かけをたくさんしていただきました。
ありがとうございます。
はい、お疲れ様でした。先ほど早く切り替えないとっていう話があったと思うんですけど、具体的には第一戦から時間が空いていつ頃何かきっかけで気持ちを切り替えて次に進めたみたいな転機みたいなのはこの試合がある期間あったんでしょうか？
もちろんすぐにはなんていうんだろう、簡単には切り替えれませんでしたけど、たくさん本当にチームメイトの方が、たくさん声かけてくれましたし、サンディエゴに行った時もキケが、誘ってくれてカフェで2時間ぐらい話をしたり、もう本当にチームメイトのおかげですね。はい、
ありがとうございます。
Standing up on the left side, up against the wall.
お疲れ様でした。6月のヤンキース戦だったりとか、いろんな登板があったと思うんですけど、今日の登板、ご自身の中では今シーズン大リーグに来てからどれぐらいの出来だったか、一番良かったのか、そんなことないというか、はい、どれぐらいの出来だったか教えてください。
そうですね、シーズンとポストシーズンまた少しちょっと違うので、どっちが一番かはよく分からないですけど、今日すごく感覚よく投げられましたし、しっかり落ち着いて自分の投球ができたかなと思います。
すみません、ダルビッシュ選手の話、先ほど出てたと思うんですけど、同じマウンドで投げるってことでなんか感じるもの、例えば掘り方とか、歩幅とか、なんかそういう感じるものっていうのはあったんですか？また1-0、0-0でずっと進んでいたところのより刺激を受けてなんかいいピッチングができたとか、その感じるものっていうのがあれば。
そうですね、やっぱ試合中は自分の投球にすごく集中しているので、なんて言うんでしょう、なんて言うんだろうな、どうだろう、難しいですけど、そうだな、とにかく、ダルビッシュさんのことはすごく心から尊敬してますし、その同じマウンドで、同じ試合で登板できたということが、すごく嬉しく思いました。
次の登板はリーグチャンピオンシップでまた次千賀投手がいてまた日本人同士で盛り上がると思うんですけど、その辺に向けてまた嬉しさとか、親しい関係だとは思うんですけど、どういかがでしょうか？
本当にこういった大事な一戦で同じ試合に登板できるっていうのは、すごく嬉しく思いますし、そこでしっかり、自分の投球ができるように頑張りたいと思います。
We'll take one last one on the right side, standing up.
お疲れ様でした。こういうプレッシャーのかかる登板でいいピッチングできて、ご自身ピッチャーとして一つまた大きくなれるというかですね、壁を越えられて、その辺の感触はありますか？
とりあえず今日はすごくいいピッチングできましたけど、また次の試合があるので、そこに向けてしっかりやっていきたいのと、何らかの形でプラスにはなるかなと思うので、しっかり自信を持って投げたいと思います。
ありがとうございました。
Thanks, Yoshinobu. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, we'll get started with Dave. First question, we'll start with Juan, standing up in the back.
Hey, Dave, you look pretty tired. How does this one feel?
Yeah, I'm elated. I'm tired. I'm happy. So yeah, I'm just excited. I'm proud of our guys. You know, this was we talked about this series. It was going to be it was going to test us. You know, and we fought. We didn't relent, not one time. And I just couldn't be more excited for this ball club.
What can you say about Yamamoto just kind of setting the tone there?
He set the tone. And, you know, I think that, you know, Yoshi's had a lot of success in his professional career. And I said it before. I mean, he's pitched in big ball games, and I believed in him. I knew he was going to rise to the occasion, and he was outstanding tonight. And I knew he wasn't going to run from this spot. And, you know, I'm looking forward to riding him through the World Series.
Bill, back right.
Yeah, Dave, you finished the series with 24 consecutive scoreless innings. How perfect does the pitching plan have to go for that to happen?
Well, I think, Bill, it's about the players. The players were outstanding. The guys from the 24, 26 innings, you know, when you call a number, call a name, it's up to those guys to go out there and perform. And I give all the credit to those guys, and you can have whatever plan or script people can talk about, but it comes down to the players. And those guys made plays, made pitches, and made us all look good. And from Yoshi today to the bullpen, I mean, if you're talking about a series MVP, it's our bullpen, clearly. And so I'm so excited for those guys, and Josh Bart's done a fantastic job with the entire bullpen.
Russell on the right side.
Dave, you've managed a lot of games and played in a lot of games that had a lot of meaning. Where does this series rank just in terms of the intensity that you've been a part of?
I'll tell you, this rivals, you know, you asked me the question, Russ, it rivals 2004 when we beat the Yankees when I was a player with the Red Sox. It rivals beating the Braves in 2020 to get to the World Series. Those are probably, this is right there with it. I mean, you're talking about one of the best teams in baseball over there, and Mike and his staff did a great job preparing those guys, and it was a dogfight, and I got nothing but respect for those guys over there. But to kind of win this series how we did, to kind of fall behind, and those guys coming into the postseason had a lot of momentum, speaks to the character of our guys. So this is right up there.
Dave, when you said you believed that Yamamoto was going to rise to the occasion, what was that belief like founded in?
It was founded in the fact that Yoshi, Darvish, guys like other guys that have pitched that are from out of the country, they're pitching on a bigger scale. Yoshi is pitching for his country, and so when you pitch for the WBC for the country of Japan, those are as high a stakes as you can have, and he's done that and pitched well in those moments, as Darvish. And so I got to give you a lot of credit for what he did. And so I think that for me, I didn't believe that he was going to run from this moment, and we were going to get everything he had, and that's what he did. And he hadn't been in the sixth inning and since the Yankees, so I felt at that point in time he gave us everything he had, and we could hand it off to a very, very capable pen.
Now that said, I'm guessing as you're kind of mapping this out, right, you probably can't count on 5 scoreless. Like, realistically, where were your expectations in terms of how much length he was going to be able to give you?
You know what, honestly, Dylan, I just had a lot of different ways the game was going to go. I didn't know if it was going to be scoreless, we were going to be behind, we were going to be ahead, how it was going to look. So I think for me, I just had a lot of different ways and a lot of capable guys in the pen. But like I told you guys, I believed in Yoshi from the outset, and he performed just admirably.
Let's go to Mike, standing up on the right.
Dave, was this about as stressful a game as you've managed in a while? Just because of the score?
Yeah. This was, I think that even Game 4, this is the most stress I've been in quite some time. Even Game 4, where you have 7 or 8 guys that you're going to go to and you know their lanes. When you have a starter and you don't know when to deploy and get the carousel going, that adds stress and anxiety. So with that and what was at stake in a team that had momentum and kind of took care of business against us 2 years ago, it was a huge series. And so I felt that kind of gravity. I did.
Does anything Kike does in October surprise you anymore?
No. We're in Los Angeles, some of the greatest athletes of all time, and those great ones aren't afraid to fail. And Kike, when you're talking about postseason in whatever sport, you can't be afraid to fail, and this guy always rises to the occasion. And so that was sort of the bet that Andrew, Gomer, myself had to acquire Kike. The reason we got him this year was to win 11 games in October.
Let's go to the second row on the left.
You sort of already answered my question about Kike, but just what's the difference for him from the regular season to the postseason? What do you see that's different?
The difference is he understands that this regular season is a long season. The focus every day seems to be tougher for him. But when you're talking about the biggest of stages, everyone knows Kike. He loves the spotlight. And some people love it. Some people run from it. So when you're talking about this market, the postseason, people in Puerto Rico watching him all over the country, that's when he's his best. And so that's why you sort of get through the regular season with Kike, and then when you get through that, you're going to get the best player.
Jack on the left.
Just after the 2 years, or the last 2 years, to obviously you guys want to win 8 more games, but to get past this round and come back in this series, like how much of a relief was that? How much redemption do you guys just feel as a team being able to move on this year?
It's relief. It's redemption. I wanted to beat those guys. We all wanted to beat those guys really bad. We played a very good ball game today, certainly on the pitching and the defensive side. We're going to celebrate tonight, as you can see, but the job's not done, and you will see the focus, the fire going forward, and with the expectation to win 8 more games. And that Mets team is playing really good baseball, and but we'll be ready.
You've talked about it, and guys in there were just talking about the attitude of this team, the focus, being able to bounce back in these last 2 games. Like, when you look back this year and this week especially, where do you think that comes from?
It's the players. I'll say this, though, is that I haven't been a part of as much adversity as this ball club has had, and not one time have we made an excuse or given ourselves an out to not win 11 games in October. And that's a credit to the character of the guys, the coaches, the front office, getting a lot of depth that we've had to tap into. And so that's why, I like I told the guys in the clubhouses, I've never believed in a group of guys more than this group. I really haven't.
We'll take 2 more. We'll go to Barry, and then we'll finish up with Juan in the back.
Doc, congratulations. What can you say about an organization that goes out and spends the kind of money and acquires the type of players they do to put you in this situation? Basically, it puts you in a situation to win the division every year, and it gives you a shot in the playoffs every time you go in it.
Yeah, it's I can't say enough about Mark Walter and the entire ownership group. And you're in a big market, and they're just as competitive as we are. And so to give ourselves a chance every year to win a championship, that's all we can ask for. Then it's up to us to go out there and perform. And so I'm very grateful to be in this position.
You think that gives you an edge over teams that have lesser resources? Because as it turns out, the top 3 spending teams in baseball are still left in the playoffs.
Well, I think every year is different. I really do. So I don't know how it was last year, 2 years ago. This year, honestly, Barry, the only thing that matters is we're ready to play, and we're ready to win 4 games against the Mets. And so I'm not thinking about payroll. I'm thinking about our 26 guys and beating the Mets. That's it.
Yeah, I think to your list of playoff series, you'd probably want to add that 2021 Giants series too, huh?
That's right, yeah.
We'll finish up with Juan, straight back.
Dave, what happened with Vesia, and how's he doing right now?
Yeah, so he was going to go out there and start the 8th, and he said he had a cramp, and so obviously it was a no-brainer to take him out of the game. We're going to get some scans, MRI. I'm crossing my fingers that it's not any type of intercostal or oblique situation. I hope it's just a cramp, but we haven't got it tested, and I don't know.
All right, Dave, appreciate the time.
Right.
Congrats.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you at the LCS.
Thank you.
Start on the left side. No, we need the microphone.
Hey there.
Hey.
What is it with you in October? What's going on with you?
I like Halloween.
You seem to flip a switch. Is it the focus? Is it the moment, the spotlight, the intensity?
I believe it's a little bit of everything. And, I mean, I've said a lot. These are the games that we've been dreaming of as kids. And I got spoiled very early in my career to get the experience and get the opportunity to do this a lot. I think this is my 9th postseason now, so it gets a little easier as you do it over and over again, and it allows you to realize that it's the same game. You know, the intensity and the importance of the game is it gets a little enhanced, but I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm Puerto Rican. I don't know what it is, but it just brings the best out of me, and I'm glad that it does.
Stay on the left side.
You said before the game that you kind of visualized, like the night before success. Like, what were you visualizing last night?
Kind of that, but the bases were loaded. I saw that my really good friend Francisco Lindor hit a granny, and I didn't realize that there was only 2 or 3 players ever to hit multiple grand slams in a postseason, and I was just, all right, well, I've already have one, might as well do it again, and I just visualized over and over again. I visualized myself. I put myself in every at bat, nobody on, runner at first, runner at second, runner at first and second, bases loaded, all these things, and I just saw myself having success against every single pitch that Yu has. Yu has a lot of pitches, and that's why he's so tough, and he has really good command of everything. But it's very easy to see yourself failing in the postseason, and the anxiety, the self-doubt, all these things start creeping in your mind, and that's why I'm such a strong believer in the power of visualizing the night before the game, because as human beings, when we're alone with our thoughts, it's usually at night in bed, and it's normal to every once in a while doubt yourself and things like that, and that's where visualization comes into play. Whenever those thoughts creep in, I just visualize myself having success over and over again, and it's almost like you get to the field the next day and you've already seen the day happen, so nothing overwhelms you, no moment gets too big, and I got a guy right here that likes the moment too, so Hernandez. I'm glad we're both on the team. I'm glad we have the same last name. I'm glad the accent goes over both A's, and I told him before Game 4, never been done in the history of this game. 2 Hernandez going deep in the same game in the playoffs, and it didn't happen that day because we didn't need to, but it happened tonight, and we're drinking Gatorade because of it.
Straight back.
Kike, you mentioned Yu has lots of pitches, 7 different pitches. Were you hunting first pitch fastball in that at bat in the second?
Who's talking?
Duarte.
Oh. No, I was actually sitting on a curveball. Yeah, I was looking for that pitch and that pitch only, and he gave it to me, and I didn't miss it. The funny thing is, like, next at bat, first 3 pitches of the at bat were even better pitches to hit than the one that I hit out, and obviously I took the first one, and then the second one I swung through it, and then I fouled the third one off. But he started messing with my timing. I had a pretty good at bat against him, Game 2. And obviously first pitch homer in my first at bat tonight, and he started messing with my timing. He kind of started getting a play out of Johnny Cueto's book, where he did the double hesitation and kind of threw my timing off. First pitch I took it because it was kind of hard to tell when to start my leg kick, and once he did that, I was like, all right, shut it down. And then second pitch, he threw the really slow curveball, and then I missed a sweeper right down the middle, and after that, he has a big mix, and I got the strikeout. But I mean, that's a great ball club they have over there. I didn't expect that all we needed to do was just score 1 run to win tonight. But as big as my homer and my run was, I believe his was even bigger just because it gave us that much more breathing room. And obviously our bullpen is gross, and I'm glad we don't have to face those guys.
Next one for Kike or Teoscar. Eric.
Not everybody at the same time.
Eric on the right.
What have you guys see? What did you guys see out of Yamamoto tonight, like specifically?
What do we see? Dominance. Surprised? No. I've answered a lot of questions about Yoshinobu tonight, and my answer remains the same. The team gave this kid that much amount of money, not because this is not the draft. He's not like it projects that he's going to be one day he's going to be great. He is great, and what he did tonight, that's who he is, and we're not surprised whatsoever. Game 1 didn't go his way, but this is a beautiful thing about baseball. You get to do it all over again the next day. In his case, it was 5-6 days later, and he did his thing. Everybody has a bad game, and he did that in Game 1. He didn't have his game, and he came out tonight. He got the chance to redeem himself, and he did not only that, but he put us in a really, really good spot to win the game. Shout out to Keith Pine for getting all of us ready to play tonight and play the rest of the game, and hopefully we win the World Series with him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I said it earlier. Yama was going to be one of the best games that he throw this year, and we saw it today. He was amazing. I said that he was going to have a big game, and he gives us the chance to score 2 runs, and that's all we need. Like Kike said, that club is really good, but shout out to the bullpen. Bullpen was amazing today, and I think that was the key for us to win this series, the bullpen.
We'll go back to the back row again.
Yeah, Teo, Kike's talked a lot about visualizing the moment, and that's how he's been able to have success in the postseason. You had clutch moments all year long. Obviously, you tasted the postseason with Toronto, but totally different, obviously, this year. Kike's a visualizer. What's been the secret to your success so far in the postseason and those big clutch moments that you've had this year? And describe the atmosphere for me. Kike's been through a lot of decisive games here at Dodger Stadium, but this was your first one.
I mean, for me, it's more not running away of the big moments. I know I'm not going to have success every time those big moments came. But not running away from it, it's what makes me get better in every situation. I learned how to control my mind, my emotions in those big situations, and just not trying to do too much, and do the things that I know how to do, is to play the game and just trying to get a good pitch and put it in play. I know if I hit the ball, it's going to be a big chance that it's going to be a positive way. So not running away from the big moments, I think, it's what makes me a little better in those situations.
Russell on the right.
Kike, you guys have played a lot of baseball as a group over the years, even your first time here in LA. Do you feel like this journey, even though you have more to go, feels a little bit different than other times you guys have gone through the postseason?
For me personally, or for the team?
For you.
Repeat the question, please. Yeah.
You guys have played a lot of baseball as a group, but from your experience, do you feel like the journey to get here felt a little bit different with the injuries and some of the other adversity you guys had?
Yes and no, because obviously I've been here a long time, and for the most part, on paper, we have the best club in baseball. And I don't think as far as like injuries and adversity, it goes it runs as deep as this club this year. Because obviously, you look at our 40-man and you look at our technically non-40-mans because they're on their 60-day IL, and we have like, I don't know, what do we have, like 8-9 starters that are like impact starting pitchers that are not with us right now because they're injured. Any team can can go through that and just be like and just have like that as an excuse to why they can't have success or anything like that. And I think all the credit goes to the front office, to the way they build this team, to the scouting. I've always said it. The unsung hero for this organization is the scouting department. Every year, it seems like a rookie that's a homegrown rookie comes in and gets the job done and helps us, navigate what you need to navigate through to get to the postseason. And every year, it happens to be a huge rookie contributing and helping us get to the postseason. But this year, man, like whether it was free agency or trade or waiver claim, whatever it was, it just seemed like we kept adding on the right piece after right piece after right piece to get a ball club that's not just a complete ball club, but has the character and the sorry again, but to have the give a fuck that it takes to endure a 162 season and then come here and play that team that, we won the West, yes, but that team they're stacked, bro. Like, they're stacked, not just rotation, but lineup and the bullpen and defensively and the way they run the bases and the way they play the game. Like, it's a hard team to beat in October. And credit to the front office and all that for putting this team together to put us in a spot to succeed. And, whether we don't have the starting pitching or whatever it is that makes people doubt, inside those doors, inside those walls, we don't really care. And that's where, like, not giving a damn comes into play of, like, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what it looks like. We're all in this together. We believe in each other, and we're going to do whatever it takes to win a ball game, to win tonight. And it doesn't have to be pretty. We just have to, at the end of the day, get to drink a Gatorade and move on to the next day. And I think that's a testament of what we did this series. Winning game one, having to come from behind game one. Game two, it was a weird game. They played unbelievable defense. And then, things happened where the game had to stop and, things got carried away with Profar and the fans. And then I think something happened with Merrill too. But, going into game three, they take that huge lead early. And, in the past, we kind of put our tails in between our legs and go through the motions. But no, that day we said, F that. Like, he had the big granny, put us within a run, and we fell short. And guess what? We don't care. We're going to come in tomorrow, and we're going to punch you right back in the face. And that's what we did, and we kept adding on. And the bullpen, obviously, with a bullpen game, 9-0s. And then coming into tonight, of course, Darvish, pitched a great game two, and then came here game five, not needing to make an adjustment, but he did. He made an adjustment, and he kept us kind of off balance, and we really didn't do anything. We just had two really good swings. He made two mistakes, and the other mistakes that he made throughout the game, we didn't make him pay for it, but obviously we only needed two big swings tonight, and credit to the bullpen, credit to Yamamoto, the pitching staff, credit to Will Smith. I don't think we gave a run past the third inning maybe of game three. And I don't want that to go unnoticed. Like, the pitching staff, Will, everybody, if it wasn't for the pitching staff, we wouldn't be here drinking Gatorade now.
We'll take one last one straight back.
This one's for, both of you, either of you.
You can go first, because
you've been here a while.
So after you guys, fell behind 2-1 in the series, there's kind of a lot of talk about, the clubhouse still being confident, still being positive. I was wondering tonight, as you got closer and closer to, clinching, when Kike got you on the board, when Teoscar, you got the insurance, nearing final out.
Hey, Tony, let's go, baby.
Let's go, Vanda.
Just what was the energy around the dugout and around you guys like as you got closer to this final goal?
I mean, it was. We always stay positive. We know that we have the ball club that come from behind, and obviously we didn't have the results that we want in those two games that we lose, but we kept our minds in the same spot that we have at the beginning of the series. You're just trying to go there, do our jobs, play the game hard, knowing that it was not going to be easy to beat the Padres. Just trying to stay confident of the things that we know we can do, and it doesn't matter the scoreboard. We know that we can score a lot of runs in one inning and came back and win games, and just try to stay positive through all the injuries that we have and like the adversity that we have during the year and this series. It just trying to keep pushing and believe in each other.
All right, guys. Congrats on the win. We'll see you at the LCS.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.